B stuff, right? See, J11 goes to wire number 1, J12 goes to 3, 3 goes to 5. So this is doing the DB connector multiplexing for you. And then, so there's J1, and it's telling you also, it's saying, okay, here's the cable scan channel, it's number 1, all of the information that's derived from what you told it. You don't care about this. This is all just part of the thing. Okay, and then it comes down to 2. Okay, CS channel 2, it just does the same thing over again. And then it's actually in cable scan it's called test point number. so notice it went to 37. 37 was where it should be up here, right? So there's 37 because this is the DB, and then it goes all the way up. And then it starts over again on 65, 67, 69. In cable scan, these are the wires that cable scan is going. You don't care about any of this stuff. I'm just showing you forward, just kind of so that you know. Okay, so what just happened? So we did the cable setup.
Yeah.
And when we told it to create the cross-reference, it created a cross-reference, which we saw. But the thing that it also did, which you're going to find useful, is it created this thing called TI tables. And so you've noticed in TIs where there's cable scan, there's like tables of the adapters and well, that's generated by this program right here.
Yeah.
So now what you'll do, see it says, okay, so here's 4379 Revo 1 TI 3082, it's all right here. This stuff was kind of intended to just plop into a TI. We never actually did that. So what we do is in your TI, in the cable scan part of your TI, you're going to grab this part of the table, and this will be your adapter list. And then here's all of the how you hook up the unit under test. And so you just copy and paste out of here into your TI.
Yeah.
Okay, so, man, piece of cake, we're done, right?
No.
Almost.
It's just
So now we have to tell cable scan how to wire this dang thing up, right? So here's the schematic, and we can see it's actually pretty simple, right? You see it's a 1-to-1, a lot of stuff that's connected. One of the things to be careful about, let me see if we can zoom in on this, is VSC's cable scan adapters don't tend to connect up to the mounting holes. So if you need to verify that those things are grounded, you almost have to do that manually. But, excuse me, we typically ignore them. Okay? And so now what we see is the, pin 1 to pin 19, 20 to 37, standard DB stuff. And then most of it, I don't know why this mouse is so touchy. Probably because I'm doing it just on the surface. Okay, so most of it just goes point to point and that sort of thing. So this thing, you don't really need the net list to do.
Yeah.
But we'll do that in a bit to see if you have that. Okay. So now, these are point to point. These 4 wires are being shorted together here and go to this signal called 24com, which goes to other places. And then the other thing that cable scan can do for you, it may not work well for this one because, so cable scan can see resistors.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. It can see diodes. It can see capacitors. So resistors, diodes, capacitors, it can see those. So you can put them in your program. But the thing is CableScan only generates up to 5 volts. And so, 5 volts, 442 ohm resistor, probably not a lot of current going through this diode.
Yeah.
So it probably isn't going to be able to apply a voltage in the 2 directions and verify that this diode is here. So that's the sort of thing that you're looking for. If these resistors weren't here, then you could tell CableScan, you say, hey, D1 goes from this pin to that pin, and it'll test to make sure that it sees a diode and it's not backwards. And then it'll flag it if it's not correct. These capacitors, it can easily see. This resistor, since the diode's here, I don't think it's going to be able to see those either. But your functional test probably verifies this, right?
Yeah.
You put a signal in on this pin
Yeah.
here, and then you look for it on the output somehow. I don't know how you
Right.
do it. So you're using CableScan and functional together to test this part.
Yeah.
Is what you're doing. All right. You guys have any questions so far on what we're doing?
No, very straightforward.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. So back in the old days when I was doing these things, we didn't have stuff for importing net lists and things like that. And for something this simple, I would probably just say, J11 goes to J21, just manually put these pins in here, and I could do that in a half hour or less,
Yeah.
right? So, but now we have netlist import capability. So did you
Yeah.
save the netlist, or
Yeah.
where did you find the netlist?
Netlist is from the vowel.
Okay, for the fab, right?
Yeah, fabulous thing.
Okay, so let's. So have you done that sort of thing yet, Kai?
No.
Okay, so let's look at that. So the way I do it, it's really kind of screwy because the fab is a different VSE part. It'll be like a 2700 or something like that. And so the PCB design info isn't under the 4379. So what you need to do is you need to go to the BOM and you look in here, and there's the fab is right here, fab PCB 2703701. Okay. So you go back into the vault tool and find it. And I'll just explore just so that we can see. So now here's where all of the design info is going to be. And it's just like for the board. There's a rev folder here. And in here, here's the fab drawing. And the 120 is the for AMAT, 0120 is their, that's the design or the Gerber information for that. Okay, so so one of the things that, well, let's look and see. Sometimes, so you can't edit here. We can't edit in this folder. Only dot control can and stuff like that. So I can't just tell it to uncompress this thing, right? So one thing that I do is I have see this file Gerber temp here? I have a folder on my desktop called Gerber temp. And so what I'll do is I'll just show you what I do is I go to Gerber temp, and I need to clean this thing up, but I'll just paste it here, and then you can, since you're in your own folder, you can extract all of it. Okay, so here's everything. So here's the IPC net list.
Yeah.
Let's see, sometimes,
Open with Notepad.
yeah, Notepad or WordPad, something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so let's see. So this IPC net list is not something that the is not something that the cable scan tool can work with directly.
Yeah.
But I think Sakina did some tools that help us to convert this to a net list that is compatible. So let's look and see what other net lists we have here. Okay, what does this say? README. Gerber, Fab, removed artwork, blah, blah, blah. So this is something that somebody had to do. Okay, let's see. I don't get. Okay, so let's look in the PCB. Okay, so this is just a file. That's weird. It should have more than just, so this is just one file, and, okay. If you look in the CAM, okay, so here's all of the Gerbers. And then so you guys know how to look at Gerbers, right? So, let's see, 120, drills, so solder masks and all of that stuff. Now here's IPC again. Let's look here. Let's open this.
Yeah,
thing.
ASCII is fine. It's fine.
Well, we'll look and see if it gives me what I want to see. Okay, basic design database file ASCII. Yeah, so this is more of Gerber style stuff. So we may be able to use this, but this isn't, and then this is probably the same IPC that we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this one, we can probably import that. The other thing, we have some tools that allow you for a complex board.
Yeah.
You can read in the Gerbers, and we have tools that'll actually trace
Yeah.
out the Gerbers and create a net list for you. Which those things are documented. And I should probably, let's see, I want to look for John's Gerber. It's really a very difficult and tedious tool to use.
Yeah.
I think Sakina may have created some, and actually some of the stuff that you guys know from the what's the tool for?
Improvement.
No.
No, Fab Master, Test Expert.
Is that the
Yeah,
tool that you
yeah.
can bring up the Gerbers?
Yeah.
And
Unisoft? Or-
Unisoft, that's it.
Unisoft.
Yeah. So
Oh, but it's
maybe
very limited.
maybe with Unisoft you can do it, but if you have tools, you can do them. Okay. So right now, I don't see something we can easily use for doing that, but that's okay. That's okay, because what we can do is we can just take. Okay, this is my temporary file, so I don't really need that. So what we'll do is we're just gonna take that schematic. Let's see, I guess the schematic must have gotten closed. Or did it? Well, yeah, it's, okay, so, is it one, this is it here too, right? So I don't need 2 copies of it. So what, all you need to do is to build a net list, okay?
Yes.
So, let me show you inside the table scan stuff, what tools and areas that we have available. Okay, so we saw the TI tables, we know the cable setup here, we know how we set things up. And so, right here, there's a tab called Net List, and then what you would do is you could paste your net list into here, not IPC net list, unfortunately. And then so you can import it, and then it'll populate it in here, and then once it's here, you can create a wire list, which would go into this tab right here, this wire list tab. Okay, we'll come back to that in just a sec. Okay, and then let's see. I hate to have to do this, but let's see. at 2:09. So I have my car hooked up to the charger,
Hmm?
and at 2:09 I have to go out there and unplug it, or else I have
You
to
want to
start
go right
paying.
now and help you on that?
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah.
That's
Well,
okay.
let's-
Just we
yeah,
stop a little
let's
bit. and
go with this.
Let's make it.
And then actually, maybe what I can do is I'll show you what
Yeah.
we're going to do, and then you guys can do that for
Yeah.
a minute, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
So normally, if you had a net list, you could import it,
Yeah.
and then what I would do is,
That's one have a net list. You want to put input in?
what is it, an IPC net list?
Yeah, I believe yes.
Yeah, I told you we can't work with an IPC net list. So and what you'll see here is that, let's see, parameters.
How?
So these are the net lists that it can handle. It can handle a standard net list file that's
Oh, they have a net file. They do.
they do.
Yes, they do. They
You
do.
found it under the.
Yeah, I found under files too.
Did I keep that?
They call Notepad. The what they call
Did I get rid
net
of
file. They call net file.
Let's see. And it was under 2703.701, or was it somewhere else?
No, just you. If you go under 01000439.
Oh, so okay, that's not something that you usually see. So you say there is a net file in
Yeah,
the
they
regular
do.
folder?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If you play
where
around,
did you find it?
you go camp. You just go camp. Yeah, whatever. Click that. You see camp.
This?
Yeah. Cost. You have it. You see that? This is
There's
IPC. They have another folder. Yeah. You go back. They have another. Go more. What that one? See that customer doc. Yeah, open the spec from beginning or anything. Because I found it because I play all around and I found it. This
History of 100.
TCE somewhere.
Is it in here? Well, that's probably the.
No, yeah. You see that? They have a net file. I have my net file here. Do you want I send it to you? Net file inside this.
Well, do you have your computer
Yeah.
on, and it's on the network now, right?
You want is that
So-
you can receive from a computer?
Well,
Is your internet?
this is on VSE's network. So if you want to find your folder and go to the test folder and put the net file in this folder.
Yeah,
And I'll-
yeah.
and I'll just be-
Put it in the camera.
and I'll just be right back.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about this.
Copy.
Go to that one. Go to